Podcast Answer Man, episode number 46.
Hey, this is Chris Brogan from chrisbrogan.com, and you're listening to the Podcast Answer Man.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Podcast Answer Man. Cliff Ravenscraft here. I'm feeling good today, can you tell? We're going to talk about microphones today. And my favorite microphone, of course. Alrighty, welcome back to the Podcast Answer Man. Hey, today I want to talk to you about microphones. Now, this has been an episode that I've wanted to do for quite some time. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit of the behind the scenes magic here. Right now, as you're hearing my voice, I have kind of disguised a little bit of the sound. I put a little extra oomph in it using some software through Adobe Audition 2.0. And in just a few minutes, I'm gonna stop processing my audio, and I'm going to turn off all processing, and I'm going to give you just clear, simple, automatic, basic sound coming from microphones. And I want you to hear the difference. I want you to feel the difference. Now, this is going to be one of those episodes that if you have a pair of headphones, if you have a pair of earbuds, if you have something other than just listening to this through your car speakers or through your computer speakers, whatever, if you can actually put on something that will really give you the sense of feel, the depth and the difference in sound between these different microphones, it's really going to help drive the point home. And I want you to understand this. If you're a podcaster, and maybe you listen to podcasts in the car, maybe you listen to podcasts while you're sitting in front of a computer, I want you to understand that not all people do that. A lot of people, and I say a lot of people listen with your voice stuck right into their ears with either over-the-ear headphones or earbuds. It's going in, and they hear every little hiss. They hear every little pop. You know, all these pops. So it's important to have a pop filter so that you can get rid of that. All people can really distinguish quality sound from just your average sound. And that is why today I felt like I need to be an evangelist for quality audio sound. I believe that content is your number one key to success in podcasting. But I will tell you, it's a near second. It's a near second to have perfect audio quality, as near perfect as you can. It's one of the things that I really believe has really driven GSPN.TV up to the top. It's like when you hear a GSPN.TV podcast, you can just tell that some extra time, money, and effort went into making the content sound great. And that is definitely the truth here. Now, I want to let you know I do have an ulterior motive. One of the things that I've mentioned previously in prior episodes of the Podcast Answer Man is that let me move my microphone up here. There we go. One of the things that I've mentioned in the past is that I sell audio equipment. You can actually purchase audio equipment through me. Now, if you're only looking to spend, $50 or something like that, or if you're only looking to, if it's a very small order that you're looking for, honestly, you're better off getting it somewhere else, because the amount of money that I would make is so small that it would actually cost me money to go through the process of placing the order and everything. But if you're looking for a high-end piece of equipment, or if you're looking for quite a few items, then please consider giving me a call. One of the things I'll ask you to do is go to podcastanswerman.com. And when you get there, in the menu section at podcastanswerman.com, you'll see a link in the header that says equipment. Go ahead and click on that and take a look at the equipment that I suggest that people use, or at least the one that I personally use. Now, what I want to focus on today, is my number one sales item, and is the HEIL PR40 microphone. It's what I'm speaking into right now. Now, some people will say, well, to get a good deep bass in your voice, you really need to have you need to have a condenser microphone. Now, I'm going to put on a condenser microphone here in a minute. And to do that, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and turn off all of my compression, and I'm going to go just a straight sound from my microphone. 1 second. Okay, so here I am. Now you are hearing me without any additional processing power. What you are hearing right now is my voice in the HEIL PR40. I'm sitting right in front of the mic. I have the HEIL PR40 pointed right directly at me. I have a pop filter right in front of the microphone, and I'm speaking into the HEIL PR40. Now, there is no extra processing power. There's no bass boost. There's nothing else. But I want you to hear something. I'm going to talk very low. And here I am talking very low. You hear the bass in my voice. And so if you can just hear the bass in my voice, I want you to understand that this is a dynamic microphone. That means it's a microphone that does not require power. You just plug it straight into your mixer board, and it just works. It's a dynamic microphone. And many people say, I cannot believe, Cliff, that bass in your voice is coming through without using a condenser microphone. So there you go. That gives you an example. This is the sound of the HEIL PR40. Now, let me explain to you real quick where I learned about this microphone. I learned about this microphone through Leo Laporte. I had the opportunity to sit down and talk with him one evening before he recorded a live Net at Night show. And it was early on in my podcasting days, back when I was still doing this as a hobby, but I was getting more and more serious in it. And I had a couple $100 saved up. And I said to Leo, Leo, I've been podcasting and I've been doing everything at an amateur level, but I'm really looking to take the next step. And I've got a couple $100 saved up to buy my next piece of equipment. What would you suggest that I do? Would you suggest that I go out and get a compressor, a limiter, a gate, all these different things to really help improve the quality of my sound? And he said, Cliff, what kind of microphones are you using? And I told him about my microphones that I had. And he says, I'll tell you what, don't spend your money on the compressor. Don't spend your money on the limiter gates and all those other things, or the equalizers. Do this. Get yourself a HEIL PR40 broadcast microphone. He says, I have been Leo's been in radio broadcasting for over 30 years. This is the microphone he uses. He says this is the microphone of choice for almost all professional radio broadcasters. And so, of course, Leo Laporte's my idol, one of them, and I just look up to him in a healthy way, not like an idolistic way, but I really look up to Leo Laporte. And so I said, okay. And so I immediately went out and bought myself one. I went to the HEIL Sound website and looked at the microphone, and it's like, oh my gosh, $375 is the list. And of course, the retail price is right around $325. And so anywhere you go on the web, if you go to Amazon, if you go to musiciansfriend.com, if you go just about anywhere on the web and search for a HEIL PR40 microphone, you'll find it for $325. Now, that's what I paid for it back in the day. Now I have it set up to where I am a reseller for a major online distributor of professional audio gear. My desire is to get good, high-end quality sound in people's podcasts. And if you want to do it and you are willing to take that next step into your podcast production, a HEIL PR40 is the obvious choice. And here's why. I'm going to switch over to one of the microphones that I was using beforehand. Now, this is what I'm getting ready to switch over to is an MXL 990. Hold on one second. Okay, so here I am on my MXL 990 condenser microphone. Let me tell you one of the problems with a condenser microphone. What I'm gonna do is I want you to really listen closely for just a minute, because I am going to drop a pen, not a pin, a pen, a PEN, onto the floor, onto the carpet. Now listen. Did you hear that? I dropped a pen on the carpet. Now, I wish I had something lighter to drop. I wonder if I have any change in my pocket. You know what? I do. I have a penny I have a penny here in my pocket. Now, for those of you who are listening in the car, you won't hear this. But for those of you with your earbuds in, I want you to listen. I'm dropping a penny on the floor. Did you hear it? Now, I didn't drop it onto a hardwood floor, concrete floor. I dropped that penny on the carpet, and you heard it. Listen to this. This is me rubbing my fingers together, and my fingers are actually kind of moist right now, so it's not making as much noise as it normally would, but it picks up everything in the room. And not to mention the fact that you probably have listened to some of the other TV show fan podcasts out there, and you hear this echoey sound, echo in here, and it's like, man, it's just a little bit annoying to hear that sound. And I know because I used to record with this thing. You can pick this thing up for, I think, $55 or something like that over at musiciansfriends.com or musiciansfriend.com. And if that's the route you want to go, you want to pick up a microphone like that, then by all means, you can do so, and you'll get pretty much what you pay for there. Now I'm going to switch over to another microphone. Okay, so now here I am on another microphone, and this is an Audio Spectrum dynamic microphone. I'm going to put it in front of a pop filter here. Okay, this is a little bit better, but I'm still going to watch this. I'm going to try to talk with my bassy voice. Hello, everybody. This is Cliff Ravenscraft, and this is my super ultra bassy voice. Now, it didn't pick up my bassy voice like the other one did. Now I'm going to switch over. I'm going to do these side by side. Okay, so here is this one. And here is this one. Here's the audio. This is the Audio Spectrum dynamic microphone. Or you can get a HEIL PR-40 broadcast professional quality microphone. Do you see the difference? I'm going to switch over to my HEIL again. Okay, so here I am back on my HEIL microphone. And I love it. It is the most awesome thing. Now, give me 1 second, because I want to go back to my nice super ultra sound. So HEIL PR40 microphone, it makes a huge difference. Microphones, now I want to say one thing out of all of these microphones. First off, stay away from the condenser microphones unless you have a padded studio. The only way I could there are two reasons to use a condenser microphone. I'll give you two. Number one, if you have a studio where you have that foam all over every single wall and you have a carpeted room and maybe even foam on the ceiling that just absorbs every single bit of sound and keeps it from bouncing off of anything, then by all means go ahead and get get a condenser microphone. I would suggest spending more than $49 that it takes to get the MXL 990. It's not the best microphone, trust me. It's something that, anyway, it's not that great. But the HEIL PR40 is by far, in my mind, the best microphone that has ever existed. And if you're using a USB, headset, or if you're using one of those headsets that plug into your laptops and you haven't got a mixer yet, I really want to just suggest that, if you're looking at taking your audio to the next level, getting yourself a mixer with an XLR, standard microphone. There are a lot of options to choose from. My suggestion is that you probably, if you're going to spend some money on a microphone, don't go out and spend $50. Don't go out and spend $75. At least save up for about $150, $170 to get yourself a decent dynamic microphone. If you want to get a dynamic microphone and a mixer, you can pick up a mixer for like $70, and you can get one of those little dynamic microphones like I was just showing you. You could get it for as low as $20 or $10 or $15 standalone or something like that. So you can get by much cheaper. But if you're going to save up money, might as well go all the way. And this HEIL PR40 is by far my favorite microphone, and I've just wanted to do this for a long time. I've just wanted to say, hey, here's the difference in sound between these microphones. I can tell you that ever since the day I purchased the HEIL PR40, there was actually, I remember when I first got my HEIL PR40, and Stephanie was still using the dynamic microphone. people were like, "Oh my gosh, Cliff, your sound is amazing. I can't believe the difference." And they said, "But you got to do something for Stephanie, though." They were like, "Cliff, you got to get her one of those microphones. You can't just have all this awesome sound in half of the conversation and then go to the other sound." So those were the comments that we were getting. And so by golly, I saved and saved and saved. And I went and sold some stuff. And I'm like, okay, Stephanie, your HEIL PR40 is on its way. So we have 2 of these in our studio now. What's really cool also is the microphone arm that goes along with it. Boy, you put yourself a microphone arm. It's one of these things that mounts to the wall or to the desk, and then you can kind of push it away or pull it close to you. It really looks like a studio in here now, and it gives it a nice professional feel and makes things a lot easier, smoother. And like I said, don't take it from me. Take it from Leo Laporte. Go on the internet and just do a search for HEIL PR40. That's HEIL PR40, and see all the testimonials about this microphone. It is simply outstanding. So with that is this episode. If you have any microphones that you enjoy, do you have a microphone that you absolutely love? I mean, the HEIL PR40 is not the only professional quality microphone out there. There are Shure microphones out there. There are some wonderful microphones. What are you using? If you have any other questions regarding podcasting, feel free to email them to me at cliff@gspn.tv. GSPN stands for the Generally Speaking Production Network. And you can find a lot of the podcasts that I produce outside of this personal, professional blog and podcast over at podcastanswerman.com. I have another 15 shows that I produce over at gspn.tv. And with that, this has been like some huge, gigantic, major commercial. Wow. But hopefully it's been beneficial. It's not been like some kind of commercial that the information isn't quite relevant to you. And besides, if you purchase equipment through me, you're supporting me in this new career. I'm doing this full time. So anyway, God bless you all. I'm out of here, and have a great day.